Imagine this. Just 4 days after its launch, Avatar: The Last Airbender has already shattered expectations. It didn't just climb to the top of the English TV list, it skyrocketed there with a staggering 21.2 million views, securing a spot in the top 10 across 92 countries. But the anticipation had reached a fever pitch even before its release, fueled by whispers among the global fan community and celebrated endorsements from tennis legend and superfan Serena Williams. Now, hold on to your cabbage because what's coming next will truly blow your mind. We're going to talk about all the exclusive details about the second season of Netflix's live-action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender. We're going to spill the exclusive insights straight from one of the creative geniuses behind the show. And trust me, this electrifying update is the kind of insider info you won't find anywhere else. So stay glued to your screen and keep watching. Season 2 may already be in development. A recent scoop from What's on Netflix has stirred up quite the buzz, hinting that Season 2 of the live-action adaptation might not just be wishful thinking, but could actually be in the works. While Netflix hasn't officially announced the renewal of Avatar for a second season, there's a tantalizing clue that suggests we might hear some good news soon. A LinkedIn profile belonging to a writer's room assistant caught the eyes of eagle-eyed fans. According to their profile, they were part of a team working on Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2 from January 2023 to January 2024. However, in a mysterious twist, the profile has recently been changed to mention an untitled fantasy series for Netflix, instead of directly naming Avatar. Now, that may be a complete rumor, right? But honestly, how big is the possibility of having Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2? If we're going to look at the numbers initially, Avatar's debut not only outshone Netflix's adaptation of One Piece, which itself had a strong start with 18.5 million views in its first 4 days, but also set a new benchmark. Given that One Piece secured a second season shortly after its premiere, the future looks promising for Avatar. However, Netflix and the show's creators haven't confirmed a second season yet. They're likely keeping an eye on how the show performs over time and what fans think before making any decisions. This cautious approach might stem from past experiences. For instance, Netflix's Cowboy Bebop adaptation was cancelled after its first season didn't hit the mark with audiences. On the other hand, One Piece became the savior of live-action adaptations of anime, receiving a warm reception from fans. Therefore, it's clear that Avatar is a part of a bigger trend. While it's doing better than some adaptations like Cowboy Bebop, it's still in a competitive field. Yet, even with these heavy hitters, Avatar stands out, especially when considering the mixed but hopeful feedback it's received. Critics acknowledge the show's efforts to add depth to the original story, despite some pacing and visual effects challenges. Comparatively, Avatar's doing quite well, especially when looking at Netflix's other releases over the last year. Shows like Bridgerton, spin-off Queen Charlotte, and The Night Agent have set high benchmarks with their opening numbers, but Avatar holds its own with its strong start, frequently reminding us of the unique place it occupies in Netflix's pantheon of groundbreaking releases. Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2 release date. Right now, it's a bit tricky to pinpoint exactly when Season 2 will grace our screens. Why? Well, it's because the show hasn't officially started its production phase yet. Reflecting on how long it took to bring Season 1 to life, which was about 3 years including both filming and post-production, we might be looking at a 2027 release for Season 2. And that's being a bit on the cautious side. Albert Kim, the showrunner, has shared some interesting thoughts on the matter. In a chat with The Hollywood Reporter, Kim revealed that his entire focus was on making Season 1 as amazing as possible. He didn't even start to think about Season 2 while working on the first. Kim said, "I didn't focus beyond Season 1. It was enough without the additional hurdle and challenge to get Season 1 to the finish line. That's been the focus." And again, having the benefit of hindsight, you can look back and see in the animated series each of the seasons feel slightly different. How Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender sets up Season 2. First, Season 2 has to focus on Aang's training. In the Netflix series, we've seen some changes from the original story we all know and love. Characters have evolved in new ways, but the core of the journey remains the same. Young Aang has a big task ahead. He's already an airbending pro, but he's got to master water, fire, and earth to fulfill his destiny as the Avatar. At the same time, Katara has been recognized as a waterbending master by Pakku. But she and Aang both know that there's always room to grow and new skills to learn. That's why they might continue training with the Southern Water Tribe or seek new teachers across the world. Their mission? To find allies and learn from the spirits of past avatars at their resting places. This could be a game changer for Aang, especially with the help of avatars like Zito from the Fire Nation or Yang Chen from the Air Nomads. These past avatars could be key in helping Aang master the avatar state and guide him on his emotional journey. Because it's not just about physical strength. Aang needs to learn to let go of his anger and focus on his future, a lesson his mentor Gyatso emphasized before his tragic death. Season 2 must tackle both the mental and physical aspects of Aang and Katara's training. Moreover, one of Aang's biggest challenges is to maintain control and not put other people in danger with his power, something we saw hints of at the end of Season 1. Lastly, Katara needs to practice her waterbending, and of course, explore sub-skills like ice bending, and maybe even unlock the forbidden abilities of blood bending and energy bending. Season 2 has to address Lord Ozai's army. In the final episode of Season 1, the focus shifts to the Fire Nation, where Lord Ozai watches as his daughter, Princess Azula, captures the Earth Kingdom city of Omashu. But Azula and Ozai are now ready to take over Ba Sing Se, which sets another stage for Season 2 to reveal just how far Azula is willing to go to win her father's approval. Azula's determination has even led her to unlock her lightning bending. However, the story isn't just about the conquest of the Fire Nation. Season 2 will likely explore the journey of Prince Zuko and Uncle Iroh. With their choice to leave Agnaquela and the decision to prioritize Commander Zhao over them, Zuko and Iroh have to decide whether to stay loyal to their family or become traitors and rogues on the run. But no matter what, Zuko, seeing the throne as his destiny, imagines he could bring peace and order. But at what cost? His struggle is reminiscent of a story of internal conflict and redemption, where the path he chooses could redefine his legacy. Iroh, ever the protector, faces the challenge of guiding Zuko while confronting the shadows of their family's past and the scars left by wars gone by. Furthermore, the sibling rivalry between Azula and Zuko is set to intensify in a way that can turn their story into a battle for power and recognition, much like the intense dynamics we've seen in Game of Thrones. Lastly, it remains to be seen if Zhao really died or if he still wanted a coup. We also have no idea what role the 41st Division of soldiers Zuko led will play, and if Ozai is willing to take them all back. With Sozin's Commandant, the stage is set for a showdown that could purge the nation of any perceived weakness, including within its royal ranks. Season 2 has to find more rebels. In The Last Airbender, we find King Bumi, the mighty earthbender of Omashu, captured as the city falls to the Fire Nation. But Jed and his group, known for their extreme measures against the Fire Nation, become a tough challenge for Aang. When Aang sets out to free his friends and King Bumi, he faces the daunting task of dealing with Jet's aggressive tactics. This situation puts Team Avatar's principles to the test, challenging them to stay true to their values without crossing the line. However, amidst these challenges, our heroes might find unexpected allies, like Toph, an earthbender with the rare ability to metal bend, and Sun, who possesses the power to lava bend. Not only them, but the Mechanist and his son, Tio, could also play a crucial role in this battle. With their inventive minds, they have the potential to supply Team Avatar with innovative tools, ships, and weapons. This kind of teamwork could mark the beginning of a revolutionary network led by Aang. Such a network could be instrumental in rebuilding the Southern Waterbenders and their homeland, paving the way for a stronger resistance against the Fire Nation's tyranny.